the vacuum that Jasprit Bumrah's absence has created. I think that vacuum can be filled a little bit if our spinners do well. Threats.
Yeah.
Uh, the inconsistent forms of Rocco, maybe. Coach has a little bit of a soft corner for him, but still, I think he has performed well, at least in white ball cricket. So you cannot say, question his selection in white ball. KL Rahul in this ODI team, he should not bat at number 4, should not bat at number 6. Especially the Pakistani batters, they are not very comfortable against Kuldeep. We have seen.
You are listening to the Cricket Reborn podcast. Beyond the scorecards, beyond the boundaries. From exclusive contents to fresh insights, join us in the sport that we celebrate and breathe.
A very warm welcome to the Cricket Reborn podcast. Yet again, the most anticipated Champions Trophy is not too far away from the inception. And today we are going to deep dive into India's squad overview for the mega event. Joining me is someone who is already in the UAE, in Dubai, to be specific. And he's a very prominent Indian sports journalist who has covered several major competitions such as the World Cup, the Men's 100, the World T20, the Indian Premier League, and so on. If I start speaking about him, the resume is too long and it might take a little too long as well. So, without much ado, I'll straight away welcome Sandipan Banerjee for his exciting chat. Welcome, Sandipan. How are you doing?
Good, Arijit. First of all, with that intro, I'm very flattered. But yeah, good to see you after a long time. Yes, I am already in the UAE, and it's building up. The buzz is not there,
Yeah.
maybe as much as when we last covered the Champions Trophy. When in the
In
UK.
2017.
But yeah, but these are different conditions. UAE is probably not. They don't have a cricketing history or cricketing
Yes.
legacy, to be honest. So yeah, I think let's see what
All
happens.
right. So how's the conditions like over there? Like generally UAE is it's too humid, but in this like you are there at the moment in February. It's just mid-February. So how do you see the conditions panning up?
Well, conditions are little bit different. Like we know with UAE, we think that it will be like hot. There will be sandstorms or something like that. But no,
Okay.
the present day UAE has changed a lot. Even it rained. Actually, when I landed yesterday, it was actually clouded and there were some drops of rain, which is very surprising to
Oh,
me actually.
that
But
is
I came
surprising.
here before in this part in this these like January, February. In
Hmm.
this time of the year, it is a bit chilly. It's kind of a winter over here. Evenings are chilly. There will be some rains here and there. So yeah, the conditions will be not exactly like UAE, but good for cricketers. It won't be very hot or humid or something like that.
That is definitely very good for the fast bowlers, especially. And talking about fast
Yeah,
bowlers, I'll
yeah.
straight away deep dive into India's fast bowlers. I think they've taken a toll with no Jasprit Bumrah. How big a miss is that for India? And who do you see filling the shoes of Jasprit Bumrah?
It's tough. Jasprit Bumrah, he's one match winner, which everybody wants in their team. So Jasprit Bumrah
Game
replacing
changer
Jasprit,
player.
the vacuum, it creates a lot of big vacuum, right? And replacing
Yeah,
Jasprit
yeah,
Bumrah,
agree.
it is like, so I don't know. But I think looking at the conditions over here, Arijit, as I said, that there is a bit of a dampness around
Hmm.
the wicket. They use these pitches for the recently concluded ILT20. And after
Yeah,
that, because of this cloudy weather, little bit of dampness around, I don't know how much the wicket has got sunshine. And if you look at the that stadium, that Dubai International Stadium,
yeah,
you'll see the
hmm,
roofs.
yeah,
So some of the pitches, side pitches, they don't get exactly, they don't get a lot of sunshine throughout the day, maybe till 3 o'clock,
hmm,
4 o'clock, something like that. So sometimes that's why we see the not the center turf but the side turf of this
hmm,
ground. Those are like a bit slow, especially at one end, because it doesn't get enough sunshine. And
yeah. Correct.
because since it was cloudy yesterday, day before yesterday also, tomorrow it is going to be cloudy again. So
Oh,
I
Jesus.
believe there will be something for the fast bowlers on that pitch. There will be a little bit of dampness. There will be no dew, first of all. I can tell you that. So toss factor won't be very crucial. But again, there will be some, some sort of dampness on the surface. And Indian bowlers, they are very good at extracting anything, if that is, on that surface. And so, yeah, I think, but still, Jasprit Bumrah, yeah, especially against Pakistan in a big game. I don't know. Well, I know Harshit has done well against England in the recent past,
Yeah.
but he's very inexperienced. Arshdeep has been doing well in white ball cricket. When in a big game against Pakistan, that will be the big challenge.
Yeah, definitely. That will certainly be a big challenge. But a huge boost for Indian team is also the inclusion of Mohammad Shami. He's coming back after an injury. We did see
Absolutely.
him playing for Bengal cricket team in the Vijay Hazare as well in the Ranji Trophy, if I'm not wrong. And I did see that Mohammad Shami is not clicking the 140s regularly, but he's hitting the 135s, 133s, and on some deliveries he's nearing the 140 mark. So yeah, he doesn't look perfectly in his best rhythm, but do you see him? He's a big match player, no doubt. Do you see him like taking up that responsibility of the spearhead alongside Harshdeep and Harshit Rana?
Well, Mohammad Shami, I think, yeah, he's looking good. I was there in Nagpur when they practiced for 3 days before the ODI series against
Yeah.
England. Mohammad Shami looked in good rhythm. He was even touching the 140 mark. I can tell you that. Even in the game,
Oh,
also, if
that's
you have
great.
seen, he was touching the 140
Yeah,
mark. Yeah,
yeah, he
especially in
did
his
touch, but not
initial
consistent
spells.
enough, I think. Yeah.
Not consistent enough. That's all. Yeah.
True.
But these conditions, he will love these conditions. Little bit of swing around or whatever it is, whatever on the surface there'll be, and he if the ball gets a little bit scratchy or something, then he can use it. They use the old ball quite well. Mohammad Shami, his biggest, I think, challenge will be the ball in those death overs, because he will be Rohit Sharma's go-to bowler, right, in the death overs.
Yeah,
So how he bowls on that phase of the game, that will be his biggest challenge, because you have seen that, yes, since he has come back,
definitely.
his pace has gone down a little bit. So with a little bit of lesser pace in the death overs, yeah, he needs to work on his variations. Maybe you will see a lot of slow
Yeah, very
bouncer,
true.
a lot of slow balls, knuckle ball. But Mohammad Shami is not very good at bowling those knuckle balls or something. He has a good slow ball, but so that's why I want to see how Mohammad Shami bowls on those death overs. Like he needs to bowl maybe 3 or 4 overs in those in the within the last 10 over phase, when the batters are going all guns blazing. So yeah, I think I would love to see. But again, on that phase, Arshdeep, he has been bowling consistently well. I think on that phase, Harshit Rana can be an option as well. Harshit Rana, we have
Yeah,
seen he
Rana
is
is a very good slower one as well.
leaking runs in his initial spells, but towards the second or third spell, he is bowling well. At least we have
Yeah,
seen this trend in the ODI series against England.
very true. Yeah, very true. And now we'll quickly jump into the spinners, Sandipan. Like
Yeah.
Akshay Patel, Ravindra Jadeja, two left-arm orthodox spinners. There's a Kuldeep Yadav. There's a Varun Chakravarti, a different version of Varun Chakravarti who's developing. So who do you see starting in the starting 11 against Bangladesh for India? Which spinners are they going to go with?
Kuldeep. I think Gautam Gambhir has made it quite clear in his last press conference. If you have
Yeah,
covered that, you know that he has mentioned that Kuldeep is their first choice spinner, and that should be, because Kuldeep is the
yeah,
experienced guy. He's the old
definitely.
fashioned spinner. He's wrist spinner, and wrist spinners are always an asset, and left arm wrist spinners are very rare.
Very,
And
very rare.
Kuldeep, I think some of these batters, especially the Pakistani batters, they are not very comfortable against Kuldeep. We have seen that in multiple games, in like Asia Cup, World Cup in that World Cup match in Ahmedabad
World Cup
also.
even.
So I think Kuldeep will be India's first choice spinner. But again, Varun will be in the scheme of things. But knowing how Gambhir likes to operate, he will play two all rounders. That will be Akshar and either no Jadeja and either Akshar or Washington, more or less Akshar only. So Jadeja, Akshar, and then either of Kuldeep or Varun. Definitely in the first two games, I don't see Varun Chakravarti in
Varun
the 11.
Chakravarti
I
play.
see, yeah, I don't think Varun Chakravarti will get a look in the first two games. I'm not sure about the New Zealand game, but for the first two games, definitely Kuldeep will be the first choice spinner, specialist spinner.
Yeah, yeah, even I think we're on the same page. I too believe that Kuldeep had a very good season in the World Cup 2023, and if you look at the last couple of years, he has been a revelation. Like he has been
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
well, and many people are talking about why Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja, two left-arm orthodox, playing in the same team. But I think there is a point. Like both might be left-arm orthodox, but they are different when you come to the release of the ball. Then the round-arm actions of Akshar and Jadeja, he's quick through the overs, so also Akshar's batting is maybe a little bit edge over Jadeja, and Jadeja's bowling is a little edge over Akshar. What do you reckon?
No, I think there is no point, no thing that you cannot play two left arm spinners. That's fine. That's fine. Many teams are doing
Yeah,
that, and yeah, as you have rightly said, that they, despite those are left arm finger spinners, but they have different their roles of with the ball is different. Like Jadeja is more of a traditional. Jadeja will and Akshar will is more like tight to the, we will bowl to the stumps and all those pitches. And also they are batting. I mean, both of them are batting well. Especially Akshar has been batting well. Jadeja has been bowling well. I think Jadeja has also done well in the recent Ranji game. And then since he came back after the during the England ODI series, he has been India's best spinner. The way he is taking wickets in the on those middle overs, I think that will be very crucial. And I think overall role of the Indian spinners will be very crucial in this Champions Trophy, because these kind of pitches, you expect your spinners to do well. You expect your spinners to be wicket takers, not just container of runs. You expect them to be wicket takers, and from that point of view, I feel someone like Jadeja, Akshar, and Kuldeep, they are the perfect wicket takers for even Varun also. So yeah,
yeah,
I think
no doubt.
we were all earlier discussing about the vacuum that Jasprit Bumrah's absence has created.
Yeah,
I think that vacuum can be filled a little bit if our spinners do well. If our spinners take consistent wickets in the middle overs like they did against England in the ODI series.
yeah, definitely. And talk about that vacuum. Like, would you be happy to see someone like Mohammad Siraj been selected over there? Obviously, he's not a part of the team, but I think he has created a buzz in the social media that Mohammad Siraj ODI stats are very good, that he should be selected. But again, talk about rhythm. He didn't look in rhythm in the last year or so, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Like fast bowlers, there a lot of things depends on their rhythm. Right, like
Yeah,
for
couldn't agree more.
batters, maybe you can still do format mixing. Like
Hmm.
Rohit was in terrible form in Australia, but he did score 100
Definitely.
against England. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, but
just at the
Mohammad
right
Siraj
time.
looked in very, very poor rhythm throughout the tour of Australia. That's the reason why he is not there in the first squad. I mean, so I don't see Mohammad Siraj coming in until unless there is any unforeseen circumstances, any injury or whatsoever. I think Harshit has been
Let's
selected
not.
based on his recent performances. He did well
Yeah,
against in that
he
T20
did
game
really
against
well.
England under pressure. He did well against those in the three ODIs also. If you have seen, he after in the first game in Nagpur, he went for a lot of runs. I think 37 in his first 3 overs, and then the way he came back, it was good. It showed that this guy had, he doesn't get bogged down. Like his confidence level is quite a typical Delhi guy, you say. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Harshit has been selected based on his performances. Not that obviously the coach has a little bit of a soft corner for him. But still, I think he has performed well, at least in white ball cricket. So you cannot question his selection in white ball cricket.
Yeah, very true, very true. And even if he has got a soft corner, I think he's earned that spot. If so, I
Hmm.
think with his performances. And so we'll quickly move on to another question, and that is I personally love to question this to any expert, and that is, what do you think of the SWOTs of India? That is the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats.
Strength, I think our spin attack. Our spin attack, I
Absolutely.
considered them, and yeah, spin attack they have done well. Even Kuldeep, I know that he is coming back after a long
Mhm.
break and hasn't
Yeah.
looked at his best in the ODIs against England, but still. I think in these conditions, Kuldeep will love these conditions. So I think our strength is spin attack. Weakness again, the death bowling, because I don't know
Fair
how
point.
Mohammad Siraj will be, because against England we did not need enough like death bowling, because their English batting order crumbled in the middle overs. So in the death overs things were more or less under control. But when there will be long partnership, and then you have to both batters are set in the last 10 overs, then how Mohammad Shami or Harshid Rana or Arshdeep Singh bowls, that I would like to see, and I think that some sort of a concern for me. Strength, weakness. I think opportunities.
Opportunities.
Youngsters, opportunity for
So,
youngsters. Someone like Shubman Gill, someone like
mhm.
Shreyas Iyer. Uh, like that Shreyas Iyer was not in the first choice 11 in
Yeah,
Nagpur,
that
but
was an
since
interesting
Virat
story.
got that in last minute injury, he got it, and then he proved his and he justified his selection. So if he wants to
Definitely.
continue to be a part of the first choice 11, then he needs to prove himself, and he got that opportunity now. Since that game he has performed well. So I think that is an opportunity. Shubman Gill's recent form has been quite good, and there has been a lot of criticism for on him, because of there are talks of him not being consistent enough, him not being performing well in the big matches in a big tournament. So this is an opportunity for Shubman Gill to prove his critics wrong. Um, what else?
And
An
lastly,
opportunity
threats.
for the Rocco, maybe an opportunity for the threats.
Yeah.
Ah, the inconsistent forms of Rocco, maybe, because
Yeah, that
two
sincerely
single
is.
digit score. Rohit had two single digit scores and 100 coming into this case series. Virat again one half century, did not look at his fluent best. One game he
True.
failed. So that is one area of concern, because these two are very experienced players, and in a high profile game, in a big game, you always bank on your senior pros because of their experience, because of their ability to control your nerves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk about the batting department, like you're talking about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So if you talk about the top five, it's all right-handers, and there's no left-hander. I mean, yeah, we did see
Yeah,
Akshat
yeah.
Patel batting at number five on certain occasions, but there's also Rishabh Pant who is on the sidelines. He's warming the bench. So do you see Rahul batting at number five, or will it be Akshat Patel promoted ahead of him just to give that right and left-hand combination, as Gambhir has been doing that in the last few months?
Look, if you ask me personally, I feel that KL Rahul in this ODI team, he should not bat at number four, should not bat at number six. He should ideally stick to number
Number.
five, because he is a kind of a batter. You cannot move him around a little bit, a lot, especially in that middle overs. So
Hmm.
I have seen that Gautam Gambhir experimenting with promoting Akshar and all. He will continue to do that. Knowing Gambhir, he will continue to do that. But tampering with KL Rahul's position, I am not very big. I'm not very in favor of him. In favor of that, even if you have to play all left-handers in the first top six, that's all right-handers in the top six. That's fine. We have done that in the World Cup as well, and apart from that one game in the final, the way the what kind of cricket India played in the World Cup, 50 over World Cup last time. So
Hats
that's
off.
fine. I mean, it's not a big deal that you don't have a left-hander. And talking about Rishabh Pant, Gautam Gambhir, and both Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir they have multiple times made it clear that at this point, KL Rahul is their first choice keeper batter. So what can I
And
say?
fair enough, isn't it? Yeah, 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 fair
Yeah,
enough.
fair enough. Yeah,
And
the only yeah. The only
yeah,
criticism that KL Rahul gets, it is because of his sometimes he get a little bit of bogged down in those middle overs. That is the one area he needs to work on. Apart from that, he has been consistent enough. At number five, he has been scoring runs.
Yeah, no doubt on that. He has been scoring a good amount of runs and also in pressure conditions. But now an interesting question I'd like to ask you, Sandeepan. You've been in the area in and around the Indian cricket team for the past few years. You've seen the T20 World Cup, how a few of the players retired from T20 cricket. So, in case if India wins the Champions Trophy, or in case even if they don't win, do you see any of the major names retiring? Like there are three names. If I don't name them, there are three names
Yeah, 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 of course.
who could retire. So do you see
Pressure
something
will be
like that?
huge, Arijit. Pressure will be huge. Um, Maybe Rohit Sharma. Maybe Rohit Sharma. I still see Virat going to England for the Test series, but I'm not so sure about Rohit Sharma. Ravindra Jadeja again, maybe one season, maybe so. But the way Ravindra Jadeja has performed in the ODI series against England,
Very
we
nice.
need to rethink
Yeah.
about his, about his retirement plans or something. But for Rohit, it will be the situation will be very difficult if he doesn't score runs and if India doesn't win this, Champions Trophy.
Before we wrap this session up, Sandeepan, I've got a prediction time. Prediction for the Champions Trophy. 8 teams battling out 15 games over a couple of weeks. So, what are your predictions? Who are the semi-finalists, and who do you see as the finals? Who do you see in the finals, and ultimately getting the hand on the silverware?
India, New Zealand from this group, England, South Africa from the other group. Um, India, England final.
India and England final. So that's a bold call. Are you backing England because they're playing in Pakistan and they have a very good record? Just
Very
asking.
good record. Those wickets will, kind of suit their ultra aggressive, kind of cricket, high risk, high reward kind of cricket. And the other two teams, South Africa and Australia. Australia is looking very, very weakened following their, lot of injuries in the team. And the way they played spin in Sri Lanka, I'm not very confident of Australia. But again, you cannot count any Australian team out. South Africa, bit patchy. Enric Nokia is not there. So yeah, I mean, I think England has a good chance from that group.
All right, so England has a good chance, and you're also discounting Afghanistan, if I'm not wrong. I mean,
Afghanistan, I'm not
to each and
counting him
every.
out. Afghanistan actually has a genuine chance because those all three teams, they haven't played spin well of recent past. Uh,
Yeah.
Afghanistan would have had a better chance if they played their games in UAE, because these pitches are much more conducive for spinners. But again, on even
Very
in
true.
even in those conditions as well, in Pakistan condition as well, and if Afghanistan batters can put runs on the board, they have the bowling. I think they have probably the best spin attack in this tournament, even
Yeah,
better than
very
India.
true. Yeah, and even without Allah Ghaznfar, who's just missing. Like you
Yeah,
have Rashid Noor and Mohammad Nabi, and yeah. So,
Rashid
all right,
Khan.
Sandipan, it was lovely to chat with you,
Yeah,
and always a pleasure to be talking cricket with Sandipan Banerjee. And yeah,
likewise.
all the best for your wishes as well. Thank you so much for everyone for watching this session. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see more of Sandipan Banerjee. And if you haven't yet followed Sandipan's YouTube channel, haven't followed Sandipan on his socials, make sure to do it because he's covering the tournament from Dubai, and I'm certain I myself follow him. He'll give you some fresh insights from the field.
Thank you, thank you.